Hey, we're live. We're live. I'm Jeff with eBay Addicts, and today my special guest is Felix with Giant Lifestyle. How are you doing today, man?
What's up, Jeff? I appreciate you bringing me on the channel, man.
Hey, for sure, for sure. So, man, go ahead, introduce yourself in case people don't know who you are. Go ahead and introduce yourself. Tell people, where you're from, who you are, and what you do.
Yeah, so my name's Felix. I run the Giant Lifestyle channel. I also have a channel dedicated to the business of reselling diabetic testing supplies. I'm 26 years old. I've been an entrepreneur since 2014. I'm based out of New Jersey, and basically just I own a bunch of rental units as well, and I basically share with people how you can be your own boss, be an entrepreneur, and create financial freedom for yourself.
Yeah, man. So tell me, man, how's the weather been up there in New Jersey, man? You've been fighting all that the winter weather. How's it been, man?
It snowed 12 inches yesterday. It snowed 2 feet last week or 2 weeks ago. It snowed a few inches out today. It's been a pretty rough winter. I mean, we haven't had a winter like this in years. So
I'm telling you, man, you need to come down here with me in Florida, bro. It was like 82 degrees the other day. So you come down here, you have no snow, no nothing, man. You got to come down here and hang out with me.
I
So
was
I
down there
wanted,
in
I
January.
know, I know,
It was
I know.
awesome.
Yeah, well, yeah. If you guys don't know, I actually met up with Felix. We shot some YouTube videos together about a month ago. So I met Felix in person, and we had a good time hanging out. We went out to the hotel. We got something to eat. We had a good time. So I wanted to say hi to a few people in the chat. We have DM here. He says Larry in Arizona wanted to see what's up. We have Wendy is here. She says, "Hey Jeff and friends." Kelly says, "Good day from Florida." We were just talking about that. We're in Florida. We're out here trying to live our best life, as the kids say. so, so Felix, go ahead, man. Tell people you said that we kind of introduced yourself. Tell people about what your business model is. Of when you're in this business model. Felix is a reseller. He buys prices. He buys items at a low price and he resells them at a higher price. So go ahead and kind of give us an introduction of what it is that you do for a living.
Yeah. So basically, what I do is I take diabetic testing supplies. I'm sure you've heard of people who have diabetes, but I take the testing supplies and I don't know if
Go
this
ahead. I'll put you on full screen. Go ahead.
Okay, cool. I basically take the testing supplies, I buy them from people who have extras, and I resell them to big name wholesalers slash pharmacies. And basically, people get these every single month. For example, like my dad, he gets a brand like this. He gets 15 of these every single month, and he only needs about 4 to 5 of them. I used to buy them from him, but now he gives them to me, and we basically break the profit down the middle. So that's basically the concept of the business, basically buying and reselling diabetic testing supplies.
All right, awesome. So you're gonna buy the basic concept is buy low and sell high. So you like put out ads on Craigslist or whatever, offer up, and you let people know, say, hey, I buy a testing supplies, and if people have extras laying around their house, they call you up, you buy them, and then you resell them. Is that correct? So once you get to the point and you buy these items and then you resell them, who do you resell them to, and what do they do with them once they receive them?
So as far as reselling them, you kind of have like two options. You can either resell them on eBay. I think eBay's good. I personally just not a huge fan of them just because they have the limits with new resellers and can't do this, that, the third, and plus the fees. But I mean, I guess you got to pay to play. So or unless you're like in the game, or just know people in the game or people who take the training that I offer, where I give you the wholesale buyers that I use. I've been using the people I sell my test strips to. I've been selling them to them for like 4 or 5 years since 2016, over and over and over and over and over. And these companies got millions and millions of dollars. So it's not like, they're going to be short on money by any means. So basically, once they buy them from us, they basically tack on a few dollars and they have special licenses to be able to resell them back to big name, not big name pharmacies, but more like mom and pop pharmacies. So like, I don't know, something you see down, maybe you're driving on the street, Tampa drugstore, something like that. They would resell them to, not so much something like CVS, Walgreens, Rite Aid. So that's basically what they have the option and power to do.
Okay, awesome. So Felix, tell me, man, when you're buying these diabetic testing strips, you're getting them new and basically in the box, new in the box. You're not getting used ones, and you want to make sure they're not expired, correct? So you don't want to just take anything they give you, right?
Correct. Like right here, I actually have an expired box, as you can see. I actually set it to the side for the thing, but as you can see, it says. So it'll get like this because there's like adhesive on here, so over time, stuff and dirt sticks to it. But as you see, it says 11/30/2020, and I show all this inside the training that I have. But I think one of these, see, it's ripped. So stuff like this, you probably could sell it for maybe $1 or $2, but something like this that sells for close to $70-$80, once it's ripped like this, it's literally worth nothing. So yeah, it's got certain things to know, certain things to say, certain things to pay, certain things to look for. But that's basically the concept, just buying diabetic testing supplies from people who have extras. And strips is just one piece of the pie. There's other things that I get into, but strips is the main thing you start with as far as
right.
supplies you can flip.
All right, awesome. So what kind of profit margins are we talking about? So if I met somebody, let's say I post an ad on Craigslist, said, hey, I buy diabetic testing supplies. I called you up and said, hey, I've got 5 boxes I want to sell you. You have a list, so you know how much you can pay for the boxes and what you can resell them for. But like, what kind of profit margins are we talking about? Are you paying like maybe $20 for a box and selling it for 75 or 80? Like, tell me, what kind of profit margins are we talking about?
Yeah, so typically you're going to be doubling to tripling your money. So just for example, if all these were perfect dates, perfect conditions, let me see, I got 8 boxes here, right? So let me show you. Hold on.
Yeah, go ahead and show us the camera.
Boxes right here, right? So these 2 would sell. I would pay 10 each, so that's 20. These 4, I would pay 25 each. I'll probably pay 20 each for these, so that's 80. Plus this is 100, and then for these I'll pay 30 each. I could pay 20, 25, but let's just say 30 to be fair. So that's 160. So 160 is what I'm going to be paying, and then resell is 20, 40. These are 60 each, so 60, 120, 240. Plus these is 260, 280, and these sell for 70 a piece. So when I say 280 plus 140 is, my math is terrible. 280 plus 140 is 420. So what I say, I spent 160. So I spent 160 to make 420. So 320, almost tripled my money, divided by 160 times 3. I almost tripled my money. So typically you're going to be, at very minimum, I show you how to double your money, but the goal is to try to triple your money. But the beautiful thing is, even if you pay a little high for a box, there's a good chance that every client you come across is going to have, going to get these month after month after month. So it's not really, you don't get rich off one box. You don't hit the ball at the park off one box. You hit it through multiple boxes.
Yeah, well, what I like about your business philosophy is, Felix, is you're a reseller. You're buying at a low price. You're basically paying wholesale prices, and you're reselling them at retail prices. But what I like about it is you have no overhead. You don't have any employees that you have to pay if someone wanted to get started. And, you get paid instantly. It's not like eBay where, let's say I bought this DVD for $1 and I'm trying to sell it for $20 and I'm waiting 30 or 60 or 90 days for that item to sell. Once you send over that invoice, you get paid instantly right there on the spot, and you just put the items in the box and you ship it out to your customer, correct? So that you get paid instantly. Yeah,
like these boxes right here, I could literally get paid for them right now. They'll send the money right to my PayPal account. And then let's say Friday, FedEx is probably open, but basically you could go tomorrow. You already get the money. You go tomorrow and ship it out, which in turn leaves you open to, if somebody called you and had more product, you can go out and buy it. Your money's not tied up. So
that's right. And so what I'm saying is, like, for me, I have a bunch of items in my eBay store, so it takes up space in my house. With your business, you got a little box like this. It doesn't take up a lot of space. You send them the invoice. They send the money over to your PayPal account. You get paid right there on the spot, and then you ship the items out to the customer. So all of it, so far, everything sounds good. So Felix, man, you're a young guy. You're only 26. Why don't you give us kind of a little bit of your backstory? What were you doing before you became flipping these medical commodities? Like, how did you get started in this business, and what were you doing before you got started to doing this business? Give us kind of your backstory a little bit.
Yeah, so I was a real estate wholesaler. For anybody that doesn't know what that is, it's basically you find deeply discounted properties and you attempt to put them under contract. And instead of when the closing time comes, instead of you buying it, you basically assign your position. So I say, Jeff got a house for, I don't know, just for example, give you the numbers on my first deal. The property was worth like 230. They were in a crazy personal situation. They needed to sell the house fast. And I put the property under contract for 85,000 cash. Now I didn't have 85,000 cash, but I basically sold my position to another investor for like 91,000 and got the spread of 85 between 85 and 91 of 6,000. And I did 2 deals on that. And I was actually getting set up to do like a monster deal, like a $70,000 deal. And there's something called JVs. So just where 2 entrepreneurs come together, me and Jeff are making videos together or whatever the case may be. Me and this other investor, the guy had the seller, I had the buyer. And literally like the day of the closing where I could have left with a $35,000 check at the age of 20, which I was counting on because I didn't have a job or any of that stuff. The deal literally just fell through. And the other guy, even though I was kind of like, pressed about it because that was my only stream of income. The wholesale deals, they come few and far between. So I really needed that deal, and the deal fell through. And the other guy was flipping the test strips or medical commodities, whatever you want to call it. Same thing, just one's a fancy word for it. And I offered, hey, listen, man, I need another stream of income. I sort of knew what he was doing, but I didn't know exactly how to do it. It's not rocket science, but it's good if you could like pay your way to the source or pay your way for the information. I offered to pay him. He didn't want to do that. I offered to work for him. He didn't want to do that. So I said, you know what? I have an idea of what you're doing. I don't know exactly how to do it, but I'm going to figure it out. And it took me like 6-7 months. Finally figured it out. My first year in I discovered it in August of 2015. And by between February and December of 2016, I made like 25,000, and I never looked back. But that's basically what I found. And then now I put money to like fix and flips where you buy properties and renovate them. And then now I just do straight rental properties. So I got a 6-family, I got a 2-family, I got 3 lots, duplex. I got a bunch of rental units that I basically just get monthly cash flow from.
All right, awesome. So Felix, so you basically you were doing this wholesaling thing. It kind of fell through, and you're like, hey, I ran into this guy and met this guy, and you started learning about flipping these medical commodities, and you've been doing it ever since, right?
Mm-hmm.
So Felix, tell me, man, like, how much money did you make when you first got started doing this business? Like, you didn't start out making, $10,000-$15,000 a month. Like, you started off slow. And can you talk a little bit about, how you got started in this business? What kind of, what kind of money you make when you first got started? Go ahead and tell us a little bit about that.
Yeah. So no business you're really going to jump out the gate and make thousands and tens of 15s of thousands of dollars. I have seen people who I showed the game to where their first month they made like 5,000-6,000 in profit. Month 2 they're making 8,000-9,000 in profit, but it's it's rare. I mean, like I said, even though it's a simple concept business, don't think just because it's a simple concept business, oh, month 1 I didn't make 100,000, oh, it doesn't work. So some people hear about how easy it is, and then when it doesn't explode the first month, they're like, oh, this doesn't work. It works. You just have to work it. So as far as that's concerned, I say, typically month 1, after 30 days of doing this, you should make around 1,500 in profit. Month 2, you should be doing around 3,000 a month in profit. And by day 90, you should be doing around maybe 4,000 to 5,000 a month in profit. Could be longer, could be more, could be less. I don't know. Someone's calling my phone. Yeah, so no business. It's gonna be hard to find a business where you could just jump out there and make tens of thousands of dollars. But you get it up and rocking, and you have the clients making 10, 15,000 a month. And you could even, I know people making 10 to 15,000 a week doing this, but there's no business that's just business. No business month 1 you're gonna make all this money, but it's definitely possible.
Yeah, well, what the key is that you're reinvesting your money back in your business to buy more merchandise, right? And because you're getting paid, when you send that invoice in, you're getting paid right there on the spot. You're waiting 30, 60, 90 days to get you paid. You're taking that money and you're rolling over to buy more inventory for your store. And then gradually you're expanding your client base, your clientele of people you do business with, and you do business with the same people every month, month after month after month. They'll basically have extra leftover diabetic testing strips left over at the end of the month. And then they'll hit you up and say, hey, Felix, I have these extra boxes. Can you give me $20 a box? And then you might turn around and sell that box for $60 or $80 a box, right? Am I caught up with everything so far?
Right.
All right. Now tell me, how can I scale this business so I can get to the point where I'm making $8,000 to $10,000 a month. When you were here last time, about a month ago in Tampa, we ran into one of your students, and he was doing about, what did he say, $5,000-6,000 a month? And we happened to run into one of your students, and he just happened to live here locally, and he was doing this. This was his main full source of income, and he didn't even need another full-time job. He was just reselling these diabetic strips. So tell me, how can somebody go from 0 to 10 grand a month reselling these strips? Like, tell me the strategy of how they can do that, because that's the title of our video.
Yeah, well, I mean, you could literally do that right in your local market. I mean, I don't care if you're in a big metropolitan city or if you live in a little rinky-dinky town. It doesn't matter. And then you could literally do it right in your backyard. And then if you want to take it past that, you could do it by expanding into other markets. Like, it's such an easy business to be able to go and buy product in Tampa. Like, I put out ads in Tampa. Somebody calls me, well, I don't live in Tampa. What could I do? All I need to do is give them a box. A box with a prepaid label, and they could ship me the product. Big name companies, there's companies that have that style of business for this business that make a couple $100,000 per month. So that's really how you do it. I mean, it's really just about marketing and having, repeat clients. You got one client that sends you 2 of these a month. You got another client. Like, to get 8 boxes from one client is not something out of the normal. In fact, it's actually normal. To get one box from a client, that's kind of abnormal. So it's just about having a lot of repeat clients, and then just, once you get a lot of clients, you can get someone to start picking the product up for you. That's what I do. I have a guy that runs around. I give him money every week, and he runs around and picks up all the boxes for me.
Yeah, we had a question in the chat. He says, your monthly, are these profit numbers or are these gross? He wants to know if it's gross or net profit when you're reselling these items.
Yeah, so the numbers I gave you, where you said after 30 days, you should be 30 days into the business, you should do around 1,500 profit. So as far as how much that is, as far as total revenue, it could be around 3,000 to 4,000, because like I said, if you buy this box for 20, you resell it for 65, 70, it's only around 50, 40, 50 profit. So yeah, that's profit. After 30 days, you should do around 1,500. After 60 days doing the business, you should do around, 3,000, 2,000 a month in profit. And by day 90, you should be doing around 35, 4,500 a month in profit. I give realistic numbers. I know some people on the internet will say, in 30 days, you'll be driving a Lamborghini and flying in private jets. I just keep it real. It's a business that could potentially get to that level. I know a guy that's been doing it for maybe 2 years longer than me, and he bought a Lamborghini truck. But I've been doing it since 2016, 2015. So he's probably been doing it since 2013, 2014. So yeah, you can make life-changing money, but it takes time, and it's a business that's probably never going away, and it's a business that's untapped with high profit margins. But
right.
Yeah, so I keep realistic numbers. Some people want me to tell you that you're going to make 350,000 your first day. It's just not going to happen.
Well, when we ran in one of your students in Tampa, he just started like 2 months ago, and he was already making over. He said he did 10 grand in 60 days. So he was doing over 5 grand a month. So to me, I was really impressed, and he basically quit his job, and that's all he does full time. People would hit him up. He would meet him at a Walmart or a McDonald's or something. He would give him cash for the boxes. So he would send over the invoice. They would send the money to his PayPal account, and then he would ship out the products at the post office, and he was making money right there on the spot. So tell me, man, what kind of marketing strategies do you need? Like, let's say if you're getting started, because that's the whole thing is, how do you go about, like, what is your marketing strategies that you would need in order to get clients in this business?
Yeah, I mean, basically, you could do things like Bandit signs, Craigslist, flyers. I always tell people, think about a gym, right? A gym is always doing things like, you could do all types of stuff. I mean, I do Bandit signs, Craigslist, flyers. If you're good with Facebook or Google ads, I'm not really that good with them, so I can't really point you in that direction. But I would say, offline marketing is my forte. And any other way that you see a business marketing their name or their message or their service, I would say copy and let people know that you're out there buying diabetic testing supplies.
Right. Now, this business kind of reminds me of a phone flipping business. How is this business different from other businesses like that someone can do?
Yeah, so a lot of people ask me that, well, how is this different from phone flipping? Well, I mean, it's a pretty similar business, be honest. Like with them, there's dedicated buyers, there's, you're putting out marketing, you get resellers. But the only thing is, typically, I guess maybe I'm wrong, But I feel like people who have phones, like they might have a phone and then they're not gonna have a phone ever again. People get these boxes month after month after month after month after month. If not every month, every 2 months, every 45 days, every 70 days, every 90 days. So it's like every single person is like a tenant. Like the first is coming around, it's time to collect rent. So that's basically how it is. And then plus, people care about their phones. Like, you know, look at this phone. This is like an iPhone, I don't know, 5 or 6. It's all cracked up. And, you know, mentality behind it, even though it's cracked, I mean, give me $200-300 for it. The average reseller will like, that's not going to happen. Well, then I'm not going to give you my phone. But the people like these, they get these for free. They don't care about these electronics. People drive and text and crash and do crazy stuff with their phone, but they'll stack them in their basement and let them collect dust. So plus it's a, you know, it's a repeat residual. People get them, you know, month after month after month.
Yeah.
So,
and so
a similar business, but you know, and then plus I've heard people like with phone flipping, and I'm not knocking it. I think if you can make money doing your own thing, go for it. But I've heard of people doing the phone flipping business where they've gotten robbed, where they've got put to gunpoint. If I got to do that for money, dude, you could have it. I'm not gonna risk my life for any amount of money. So that's just something that I think is a little bit different. I've never had a bad experience. I've never been robbed. I've never been deceived. I've never been sold fake boxes. I've heard of people selling fake iPhones. Never once.
All right, yeah, and so basically, to recap, Felix, your people get a certain amount of these diabetic testing supplies every month, and then when they might have 5 or 10 extra ones left over that they may have got for free, or maybe they just had laying around their house, they'll hit you up and say, "Hey, Felix, I've got to sell 5 of these boxes," and you may buy them for $20 a piece and then resell them for $60 a piece. Is that correct so far?
All right, yeah. I mean, we have dedicated price sheets, so I'll see if I can pull up one on my phone.
Yeah,
but I mean,
but
we already know what we're going to sell stuff for before we even buy it.
all right, now how much time do you need to dedicate to this? Like if somebody already has a full-time job or they're already doing something on the side, they don't need to quit their full-time job. They can still do this on the side, right? Someone can say, "Hey, I can still work my 9 to 5 job and then meet clients after, let's say I get off from work at 5, I can go meet a client at 6 or 7 and go meet up with them at Walmart or whatever. And then you meet up with the client and you can still do this on the side, correct?
Correct. I tell people typically 10 to 12 hours a month. So, I mean, people be like, "Wait, you mean a week?" No, literally, I mean a month. You put out some marketing, people call you, you buy the strips and you sell them. It's not something you have to dedicate hours and hours and hours out your day. You can if you want, but like I said, even in the beginning, and that's why people kind of question it. Like sometimes it's going to it might take a month or 2 to get the momentum, but that's really all you need in this business is a basket full of momentum. So you don't have to dedicate 80 hours a week to this. There's nothing you could do more in 80 hours a week than you could dedicating 5-10 hours a week.
Hey, Felix, you're breaking up.
Hello, can you hear me now?
Are you there?
Yeah.
Yeah, I can hear you. Yeah, I was going to say, guys, if you've ever seen some of those Bandit signs here in Tampa, they have these like Bandit signs at like a gas station or at like an intersection. They'll have these little Bandit signs and they'll say, "I buy diabetic testing supplies," you know, and I would see those signs, but I didn't know they were buying them and reselling them. I thought the guy was just buying them for his own, you know, personal use and stuff. You know, I didn't know that you could, I swear, because it never occurred to me. I didn't know it was profitable to buy and resell these things. So I wanted to ask you a question, Felix. So if somebody lived in a different area, you can do this from anywhere, right? So if you're, you know, like you're all the way in New Jersey, I'm in Tampa, Florida, but if someone was in Texas or Colorado, or if they were in California, they can do this from anywhere. Is that correct?
I know a guy that does it in Hawaii, and I know another guy that does it. Actually, one of my clients, he's been very successful. He's been doing it for almost a little over 2 years. And just like me, who has somebody who takes the calls, someone who does the marketing, the pickups, and a lot of the, you know, day-to-day tasks of the business, he actually frequently lives in South America while running the business virtually. So you can't buy product outside the U.S. Because you just can't do it. But as far as living inside the U.S., it doesn't matter if you're in North Dakota, Texas, Hawaii, Alaska, New Jersey, New York, Florida, doesn't matter.
Okay, awesome. First of all, I want to say hi to a few people in the chat. I wanted to say hi to Jennifer Hayes is here, and I wanted to say hi to Cali Reseller Lewis. I wanted to say hi to Wendy is here in the chat hanging out with us. Kajino 51 is here hanging out with us. And then we have Benny. He says, I just came in. I need to hear this from the top. Much respect to both of you guys. Yeah, thank you guys for coming in and hanging out with us today. We have Milkcap is here. Hunt is here, and Robin is here. Just said hi. Milkcap says, do you buy CPAP machines? I don't know. What do you buy CPAP machines by any chance?
I don't even know what that is. Who's paying?
CPAP is a machine that people put over their mouth when they go to sleep. And if someone has breathing problems, it's a breathing apparatus, and it like pumps oxygen in their system and helps them breathe while they're sleeping. Hunt is in the chat, says, who is paying for all the extra kits that are being sent to your father? So she wants to know, when someone has these extra strips, can you explain how it is that people have extra diabetic strips every month? Like, it's not like they ordered a quantity of 5 and then they got sent 10 or 15. Can you explain a little bit about how that works?
Yeah, and then just to touch on her question, my father gets, like I say, she gets 15 of these boxes every single month. He only uses 5. There's 100 test strips in here. That'd be 1,500 test strips. That would be, he'd have to test his blood sugar 50 times a day. That's 2 times an hour. That's insane. So basically, when I first started doing the business, I'd give my dad $10 a box or $15 a box. But now the ones he doesn't need, he gives them to me. I sell them, and I basically just break the profit down the middle with him. So I don't pay him up front. In the beginning I did, but then, it made more sense for us to just make more money together. And then the other question was, what was the other question?
It says, who is paying for the extra kit? So like he has like insurance, and the insurance company will send him the extra kits, right?
Insurance. Yeah. Insurance.
Okay. Awesome. Now I have a question for you, Felix. This is like recession proof, right? Because I don't have diabetes, but I believe 1 in 10 people in America have diabetes. Isn't that correct?
Yeah. This business isn't going anywhere. I mean, I'm sure, I'm not no scientist, but if I had to guess, I bet they might have the cure for diabetes. I remember my father told me that when he's had diabetes, my dad's 61, he's had diabetes since he was 16, and they told him that in 5 years we'll have the cure. And that was, 50 years ago, 40 years ago, or 35 years ago, whatever it is. So 45 years ago. So, I mean, I'm sure they got it, but I mean, it's a sad reality of a world we live in, but it's all about the money. So, it's unfortunate. It's sad that people, struggle and have to deal with this day to day in life. But it's a big money ploy, and it's not going anywhere anytime soon. Maybe, but I doubt it. I mean, at very worst case scenario, you got a 5 to 10 year window. And if it does go away in 5 to 10 years, say 2030 doesn't exist no more, I mean, you could say that you set your whole life up. Like, there's going to be a lot of people that say, hey, how'd you make your money? Oh, I made my money reselling diabetic testing supplies.
Yeah, well, what I'm saying is 1 in 10 people that have diabetes, they have to have these testing supplies. It's not like it's an optional thing like ordering a pizza or something. Like, they've got to have it.
If you don't have these supplies, you can't test your blood sugar. If you can't test your blood sugar, you can't get the proper amount of insulin you need, and unfortunately, you won't be able to survive. So yeah, it's a necessity. Like, they need testing.
That's what I'm saying. That it's always going to be in demand year round. It's not like a seasonal thing. So Felix, tell me, what's the startup cost when someone wants to get into this business? How much money would they need to get started? And can you tell us a little bit about it?
You could start with literally, like, people are going to laugh when I say this. You could literally start with $50, $100. You could do like free marketing strategies, like different buy and resell apps, and find people on there and then list them on eBay. If you're looking for a more, serious approach to it, I would say start this with, 500 to 1,000. But I know a dude who bought a box for 20. When I showed him how to do it, he bought the training I have. He bought the training. After that, he had like $20, $30 to his name, and he bought 1 box, sold it, took that money, bought 2 boxes, sold it, and the rest was history. So, I mean, you could literally start with, $50, $100. The more the merrier, obviously, but this is a shoestring friendly business.
Yeah. All right. Awesome. So, Felix, give me some advice that you would have for somebody if they're a newbie and they want to get successful in this business. Like I said, the reason why I like this business is that you have very low overhead. It's not like a brick and mortar business. You have 0 employees. You buy these little boxes. They don't take up a lot of space. And then as soon as you send the invoice over and you get paid the PayPal, you box it up, put it in an envelope, put it in a flat rate box, ship it off, and boom, you're paid right there on the spot. So do you have any advice? Because you've been doing this for a while. Give me some pointers or advice on what I could do to be successful in this business.
It's really just about marketing. The more you market, the more leads you get, the more potential boxes you can buy, the more money you can make. And then resell on eBay. If anybody who wants, the buyers I use, I think Jeff will put a link down in the description where we could discuss and see what level you're at with the business already. And I could potentially introduce you to the buyers that I use. But that's basically what it is. I mean, it's really not rocket science. It's not like, you got to do this, that, and the third. It's not solving algebra. You put out some advertising that you buy diabetic testing supplies, and you go from there. Buy them for a fraction of what they resell for on eBay, and that's basically what it is. I mean, then but keep buying from them again. Like, make sure you hit the people up. You buy from them once, like I said, 9 out of 10 customers are going to be repeat clients. Call them in 2 weeks. You got any more boxes? You got any more boxes? You got any more boxes? That's how this business gets lucrative.
Right. So it's not like a person that's buying a house or buying a car and they're only going to buy one car and then leave. They're going to have these boxes to resell over and over again. I've met Felix in person, so I mean, I know he's a nice guy. I know that he's legit. He has a course and a class. I've actually went through his class. So tell me a little bit about how they can find more about this business. I have a link down below if they want to give a phone call with you. It's a free call, and how they can set up an appointment to talk with you more about this business, right?
Yeah, so I think I'll give you a link and you can put it down in the description below. So just book a call and then we could discuss, and I'll reach out to you, answer any of your questions, and see how I could point you in the right direction.
Okay, awesome. Now, Felix, before we let you go, like I said, the main thing of the video is how you can scale this business to 10 grand a month. So I can't let you go till you tell me more in depth. If I'm starting from nothing, right? Maybe I have a job, I have a full-time income, I'm doing okay, but I want to generate more money. How can I scale this business so I can go from 0 to hero? How do I start from $100, $500 in this business so I can scale to the point where I'm getting to the point where I'm making 8-10 grand a month reselling these strips? Tell me how I can go about doing that.
Yeah, I mean, basically, there's like, all you really have to do is, all, like I said, I know it kind of beating the horse dead, but it's just about getting more repeat clients, and then keep buying more and more product. Like, you're not gonna make 10 grand a month from having 4 clients. You're gonna make 10 grand a month from having 40 clients. So more marketing avenues, different cities. Like, you're in Tampa, you could start buying in Tampa, but you could also start buying in
Orlando,
or I guess Fort Myers or different parts of Tampa. Tampa's just one area. So, the more clients you have, the more space you can cover, the more states you could buy in, the more clients you can serve. That's how you scale it. There's you literally make more money by the amount of clients you have.
Yeah. And like, what I like about this business is, like I said, you have no overhead, no employees. And your startup cost is really low. And the key to me is reinvesting your money back in your business to buy in more product and getting more clients. And you have repeat clients that come in every month. Hold on. Sorry, I had to cough. So that's pretty much the way it goes. You're going to get more and more clients. And then as you expand and get more clients and you reinvest your money into buying more product, that's how you can scale and grow your business. Benny asked the question, do you sell other medical supplies and any other online hustles you are successful in? Yeah, Felix has a lot of hustles that he does. I mean, he does a little bit of everything.
Yeah. I mean, not just mainly test strips. Other online hustles, not really. I mean, I guess I make a few thousand, I guess, off views on YouTube. But that's just, a little bit extra money every month. But I mean, you got to be careful, I think, with online hustles, because if it sounds too good to be true, sometimes it is. But I like what Jeff does. Jeff, with the reselling on eBay, that's pretty cool. I like buying resell businesses because you kind of know that, you're going to get something back. You're going to get some sort of return on your money, which is pretty cool.
Yeah. I mean, I resell on eBay. I have 2 eBay stores and a YouTube channel. Felix has 2 different YouTube channels, and he has rental properties and stuff as well. So that's it, guys. If you don't have any other questions in the chat, go by and check Felix out. I have a link down below if you want to hit him up and book a call with Felix and tell people a little bit about where they can, how they get more information about how to get started in this business and how they can book a free call with you to get to set up an appointment.
So I'll give you a link to my channel and to my second channel. I have one channel about different entrepreneurship topics, credit, real estate, trucking, all types of stuff. I have another channel strictly all about this business. So I'll give you both links, and then I'll give you a link so you can book a call and speak with me and, ask me any questions that you might have. So, yeah, and you can watch my videos. You see if you like, you think if watch my videos to get an understanding of what I do and what I talk about. And any questions from there, just reach out to me. I also have my my phone number in the description, so in my YouTube video. So if you want to directly contact me, you could text me, shoot me a text, and I'll get back to you at my earliest convenience.
Yeah. Felix is pretty transparent. He'll even give you his phone number. You can send a message on Instagram or hit him up directly, and he has like a program that can help you step by step of how to get started, and he's there to answer any questions that you might have. All right, Felix. Well, I told Felix I was only going to keep him on today for 30 minutes. We tried to answer everybody's questions in the chat. I wanted to say hi to Jim's Closet, Benny for hanging out with us. Guandiro is here hanging out with us. Hunt was here. Robin was here. Milk Cap and Wendy was here. So if you guys want to go by and holler at Felix and set up an appointment with him, the link will be down below in the description below. And I will see you guys on Sunday. I have Katie Reed's coming on Sunday. I'll see you guys then. You guys have a great weekend. Bye, everybody.
Thank you.
Bye.